Well, hey everyone, my name is Nathan Jones, and if you're new here, welcome. I like to talk about all things movies, specifically Blu-rays. And today I've got a good friend, Bernardo. Dude, I've known about you for a long time. I just haven't been able to chat with you for a bit.
Well,
So I'm so
yeah,
happy to have you on finally. Movie Geek Productions, of course.
yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I discovered you during the pandemic times. Yeah, during the pandemic time. When you were so big during the pandemic times. Especially with the Criterion stuff. That's where a lot of recommendation feeds out there. So thank you for having me. I've been a fan of your videos, especially in this series as well. Um, yeah. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate those kind words, and yeah, I do love Criterion, as you people can see behind.
Yeah, mine's right there.
Yeah, yeah. I know you have your own Criterion corner. That was a great video, by the way. That
Oh,
more
thank you.
recent tour of your new place. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I decided to stop because so much going on. I had to edit, like I had to pre-record it and then pre-edit it and then just private the videos until it's uploaded the release schedule. So I decided not to do it again because I did one back in high school. Now I decided to return it to do it again. That was like a big year gap. So I decided, you know what, no more. There's too much. I was doing
Yeah.
school and this at the same time. Like, no.
It gets tougher when your collection grows bigger. I mean, like I know this very well because I started off with one shelf, right?
Yes,
And now I have three. And I'm
yes,
like, anytime I do usually an annual like kind of tour of all my collection,
yeah,
and I'm like, I have to make this into multiple videos because it's gonna take too long.
yeah. I told myself no more Blu-ray collection overview videos, no more.
Fair. That's fair.
Because it's a hassle. Like I have to go title by title, and
Mhm.
arm get hurting. Because now it has gone over
Arm does
years.
hurt.
Yeah, because 2012. I think 2012. That's where I started beginning collecting Blu-rays. It was a small collection, just 4 cubes.
Mhm.
Um, of movies, like 12 each. And then over the years, more and more and more. And I told my dad, I need a shelf, please. And then the evolution, basically. Now I have
Now there you
three
are.
shelves, one shelf, one shelf. So yeah, I have a lot of movies. So
They
no
look good,
problem.
man. I love the setup. So
Thank you.
yeah, it started off well. I mean, we'll get to that. So if everyone who is familiar with this whole process, the film journey, what we do on this particular series is we go through our guests' entire kind of interaction with the medium. So when they first
Yeah.
interacted with it, and then all the way up to where they're at now. So that's going to
Nice.
start off with my first question, Bernardo. What is your first interaction with the medium itself? What's your earliest memory?
So honestly, like it's all a blur, right? 'Cause it all started with Finding Nemo. That was 2004, I believe, when that film came out, and that was after I got the hearing aid for the first time, where I can finally hear. Um, Back in the day, the hearing aid was bulky, it was like over to my ear,
Hmm.
hanging. Now it's wireless, which is awesome, much more comfortable. Um, I watch movies, but it's like silent. It's like you watch a movie like a silent film, basically. So I watch a lot of Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, just no audio, just silent. Just I see the animation go on. Yeah, so my early interaction to movies was Finding Nemo. But also that's my very first theater experience as well. I never been into a movie theater before. Um, if if I remember, maybe I saw Spider-Man in theaters, but I don't remember. I know that Finding Nemo was the one that I remember the most that had an interaction with the films. Again, I was a very young kid, so I didn't have that kind of mindset. Like, oh my gosh, this is something I love. I was a dumb little kid. Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
I was just watching.
something's going
Yeah,
on.
I didn't have
Right?
that grasp. I didn't have that. I didn't have that attention of loving to become a film fan. Um, I haven't gotten becoming film fan until in my early teens. When I was 10 years old or 11 years old, that's where things just started. My love of films. Because frankly, to my 5 years old all the way to between 10 years old. I just watched movies as entertainment, basically. I didn't have that film-loving mindset yet, until when I visited ET, and there it is. There's the hook.
Mm-hmm.
That immediately grabs you, like, oh my gosh, there's something about it that caught my attention. I was in awe, basically, and then that's where I realized I'm slowly getting to becoming a film fan, not fully extent. So yeah, my early memories was Finding Nemo, and that was like a long time ago, believe it or not. I'm 23 now, which is crazy. Yeah. That's where it all began, basically. But I wasn't a film fan yet, so it's like a long process.
Right.
I mean, I was slow. I was a slow learner as a kid. I struggled a lot in school and all that, fitting in. And that's where I realized the movies were a little my escape from reality, basically. And I'm kind of glad that happened, because without films, I would have struggled a lot of my identity. But film is truly my true identity as a film fan.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more than a film fan. You'll see why. Something about it is like, oh my gosh, it's something I can be good at. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's very prevalent to what you're doing now, and I can see that. So I guess that early memory of Finding Nemo, and then eventually E.T. being that that snap moment.
Yeah.
Was that that was like, okay, that's the catalyst for what you want to do now, right?
Yeah. That was because I haven't found what I want to do until my early teens, like when I was 13 and 14. Somewhere around that age group in my early teens, I haven't found what I want to do in life. I mean, again, I was struggling in school and all that. And then I remember watching the behind the scenes on disc on Jurassic Park, the making of that documentary. I'm like, oh my God, like, that's how they did it. I mean, and I was like, I didn't think that I want to become a filmmaker. I wasn't sure until like in junior high. I'm like, maybe this is something I can be good at, because I knew I didn't want to be like a doctor or police or firefighter. I knew I didn't want that. I knew that was not for me. I was more a creative kid. I love to draw, I love to paint. I like to do something creative, basically. Even though, yeah. And then filmmaking. That's like, obviously I had like many doubts throughout my teenage years. Like I didn't think I'm gonna make this that far. But yeah, and then filmmaking, that's what I discovered learning about filmmaking, cinematography, editing, directing, like that whole weird world that I'm slowly discovering and learning more about it. And then transitioning, watching more films that I never thought I would watch, like Schindler's List, for example, like more grounded, thought-provoking, and yet depressing is depressing film. Discovering more films like that, more mature films, other than pure entertainment film, like a mindless popcorn film. I can watch both types of movies.
Yeah.
And that's where I expanded my film knowledge, like step by step, and then I discovered world cinema. So it's like slowly process of my film as a film fan journey. You entering, breaking all the barriers, entertainment, and then more grounded drama, like art, like very art. How some like Martin Scorsese, Steven Spielberg, etc., and then pushing that boundary to introducing Akira Kurosawa, like the world cinema in general.
Mm-hmm.
And it took a long time trying to figure out what I want to do in life. What's my career thing, and then filmmaking. Yeah, that's where I am right now. Even though I just got done school, which is crazy, and I just finished my senior thesis. Short film, this a whole nother story. That was a struggle. Yeah, and then I'm here. This is crazy. Like sorry. I'm still a film fan, no matter what. But I'm also an aspiring filmmaker. I knew that I didn't want to do YouTube for the long run. YouTube is a whole hobby. It's a hobby. It's a fun thing to do. I love talking about movies, and I can share my thoughts on the movie or what I picked up in the every month, what I picked up for that particular month. But I knew that YouTube was not going to be my long shot thing. I want to be a filmmaker, and that's going to be the whole difficult, risky move for me, because it is a different world. It's not like a dentist and when you don't graduate and you immediately got the job. Filmmaking is hard. It's like that's a whole new world that none of my family ever gone to before, like or experienced before. So yeah, thankfully I have a lot of support over the years for my dreams, chasing the dreams and all that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of struggle going on in my life where I had so many doubts like I didn't think I'm gonna make this far. Like it's just I live in a very small town, and I was unpopular. I rarely unrecognized. I didn't have the voice until much later. I didn't have the confidence basically until now. I was a shy, reserved, introverted kid who would just go home and do homework and then watch movies. That's what I do, like every day. Almost like every day. No, I don't watch movies like every day, like a crazy man. Yeah, that's my. Sorry if I'm rambling. That's how.
No. That like it's good because you're going through your whole process, and I really appreciate that, because I mean that's exactly where you're at now, and I can see that too, because you actually have a short film coming out, right? And you just released that trailer for The Woods, right?
So like when you're a senior in college, you're gonna have to make your own senior thesis, a short film, to show how progress you made the 4 years of our school, college, whatever. Now it's a whole nother story. I'm gonna talk about it as a making of documentary.
Okay.
Whenever I'm going to do that, I haven't shot it yet. But basically that was a hellish couple months. Recasting, finding another location. It's been a hellish couple months trying to get this going, trying to shoot this. I shot it. The original ones I shot. I have to redo it again because there was a logo, like a company logo. I cannot use that in school because of illegal purposes. It's like a North Waste, whatever it's called, the hiking logo.
Yeah.
It was huge, and it was
some
also
kind of copyright
huge
thing
in the back. Yeah, I was like, well, I cannot use the footage because there's logos, so I have to reshoot it again. And that took a big pause. Like, oh my God, nothing's happening. It's a song. But, and again, by the end of the day, that's a learning process.
Yeah, exactly.
That could happen. Because I was everything. I was an editor, producer, director, writer, editor. I was a one-man show, one-man band, basically. I was doing everything all at once. It was a struggle. I have a very small crew. It was a guerrilla crew. It was almost kind of like John Carpenter Halloween, which was very small crew. It's kind of like that, very small crew. Obviously, it was a low budget. I used some of my money. Thankfully, my dad helped me, so I had that behind my back, which is I'm forever grateful. And I was making a short film is a struggle, but it's a learning experience in the end of the day when you become a director or a producer. So things like that can happen when you're making a movie. When the actor backs down, you gotta find another actor.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But yeah, but all I can say that finally that short film is done. It's done editing. The color correction is a pain in the butt. I'll tell you that. I hate color correction. I'm not really good on that. But I'm so glad, I'm so relieved that it is done. The editing's done. Everything's done. The short film that I watched, like, I had so many rough cuts, like, this changes. Like, I had like so many changes and all that. And now I feel comfortable with my cut, my final cut of the short film. But in the end of the day, I'm happy to leave. But it is a learning process, a learning experience, to prepare that this could happen in the future whenever I become a director working in the studio. But yeah, and then that's my filmmaking life. Yeah. So yeah, E.T. is the reason why I want to become a director, become a filmmaker. So without Steven Spielberg, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't find my true identity as a person, as who I am. So yeah, all thanks to Steven Spielberg.
Well, I'm excited to see this new short film you have, and
Yeah.
I'm sure I hope people will see that passion, like you said. I know it's a lot of hard
Yeah.
work and stuff that is unseen. So I hope people enjoy that. But also, you just mentioned Steven Spielberg, and I've known this about you, that's probably your favorite director, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm a fanboy. I'm a big fanboy of Spielberg work. I have all his filmography on Blu-ray except Empire of the Sun, that's out of print, but they only release on digibook.
Yeah, I have it over there.
Lucky. They never release a standalone, like a standard Blu-ray case release. They never. It's just strange. Hopefully a 4K release soon. Warner Brothers, please. Yeah, Steven Spielberg. He's the main reason why I wanted to become a filmmaker. Well, my inspiration, like, to become a filmmaker, like seeing him making a film, because we've seen a lot of making of documentaries from either Jaws, Jurassic Park, E.T., especially Jaws, where there's a lot of problems going on, trying to make the shark work. As a director, I can see him the struggle, like let's do this. And him as a filmmaker, like, oh my gosh, this is something I can do. This is something I can be good at. Because I knew, like, I didn't want to be a doctor. Like, that's not my true image. Yeah, Steven Spielberg. Yeah, that man is so inspirational. He kind of like us. He's also a film fan. He's a film fan, and then he became a well-known filmmaker. Yeah, that's who I was inspired by. Why I became a filmmaker, because of him and his films, especially E.T. Without doubt, E.T. What is it? The spark. It was a spark.
Spark would have been ignited.
Yeah. It was like, oh my God, this is a beautiful film. There's a lot going on. Because my parents are divorced, and my mom's a single mother. She now has a boyfriend. That's a private life right there. Yeah, like, there's a lot of similarities with E.T., with Elliot and I. He's an outcast. He's an outsider. He didn't have a lot of friends. Similar to me, I didn't have a lot of friends who happened to be a film fan. Fitting in school is hard. I tell you that. Yeah, Steven Spielberg. Right? If I ever meet him, I just want to say thank you. That's all. That's it.
That's very humble, and I like that answer. Yeah.
Just thank you. That's it. I don't need to be friends with you. I don't need, to beg you, please.
Yeah.
Beg you, please make my script come to life. Basically, like, please finance my film. I'm not doing that.
None of that. Just say,
hey. I'm not that kind of person. I'll do it my own way.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. I don't want to be that kind of person who is a beggar, like, crying for help. Basically, no. I just want to say thank you. That's it, and just, yeah. And then I'll because, like, yeah, Steven Spielberg. It's a plain simple answer. Steven Spielberg is the main reason why I'm here. Yeah.
Well, I love it. I mean, obviously, this is one of the most iconic directors of all time, and that it speaks to a lot of people, because you were saying he's a film fan, And a lot of us who are watching this right now, I know in the Blu-ray community, in the physical media space, we all love Spielberg, right? Like, you know, how many of us can list how many of the films that we really enjoy by him? So I completely understand that passion. So I love to hear that from you. I guess my transition here would be, besides Spielberg being a director, do you have any favorite actors and actresses that you enjoy, or that you gravitate towards?
There's so many to think of. James Stewart, probably amazing performer, especially the film It's a Wonderful Life, just speaks a lot to me. Very human, very grounded. You feel for the guy, you feel for him, and James Stewart he's an iconic actor. Also, Buster Keaton.
Buster Keaton, great. Yeah.
Him, I adored him. I actually prefer Buster Keaton over Charles Chaplin. I love Charles Chaplin, but Buster Keaton is truly one of the greats.
It's absolutely fair.
Yeah. Tom Hanks is one to stand out for me. Just so many roles that he has done, so many different genres that Tom Hanks did. I love Tom Hanks, man. And I'm trying to think of it. There's so many actors. Like you just cannot list so many.
Yeah, it's hard, especially on the spot. You're like, okay, there's this actor, I know those, but like, oh, who else who am I missing?
Who am I missing? It's Toshio Mifune.
Toshiro Mifune is great. Yeah.
Dude, oh my God, his role in Dawn of Blood is
crazy
to me.
It's crazy.
Yeah, my eye was glued to him, and the chaotic that world goes. How maddening he went.
Mm-hmm.
He went from normal being like a normal thing to insanity in Dawn of Blood. Especially at the end of the movie, you know, we're talking about the arrow shot.
My God, the real arrows.
Dude, I was like this the whole time, like, and my eyes wide open, seeing Toshio Mifune expression, even though it's a different language, but he too spoke to me as well. I love Toshio Mifune. He was in the Steven Spielberg movie in 1941. Not a great movie, but that was a bonus points for me. I'm trying to think of another one. Cary Grant is great. There's so many. Oh my God. Oh, Henry Fonda's wonderful.
Yeah, Fonda's great.
Especially in Failsafe. Oh my God. And
I just watched Failsafe for the first time last year, actually.
Dude.
But because Criterion did it come out last year? Was that when it came out, or late? Maybe
possibly 2019 or 2020.
Yeah, something
around that time frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he blew me away. Especially 12 Angry Men. Oh my gosh, 12 Angry Men.
Of course.
I can talk about the film for hours.
I can too. I love it.
Man, Henry Thomas in E.T. truly spoke to me as a young kid. Like, oh my gosh, you feel for him, you just want to hug him. And also Drew Barrymore. I love Drew Barrymore. But that one scene in E.T. when they're trying to resurrect E.T. with the what's those called, the little
oscillators. I can't remember what they're called specifically.
It's a big word name, so whatever. When they try to shock E.T. and we cut to Drew Barrymore character, the subtle, and then she starts crying. I'm like, and then as soon as she starts crying, I'm crying. I'm crying with you, and I want to hug you. Are we talking about actors, or we can also talk about actors?
Oh yeah, no, that's what. Yeah, actors or actresses. Yeah.
Katharine Hepburn.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite like one of my favorite roles from her is bringing a baby. With it's a Hal Hawks film with Cary Grant. No, is it Cary Grant?
Yeah, it's Cary Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm confused because I'm confused with another actor who's very similar to him. Katharine Hepburn in bringing a baby is just adorable. I love her. Oh my gosh. She's a phenomenal actress. I'm trying to think though. Florence Pugh is like
she's incredible. There she is, right there and there.
Yeah, I have that right there.
Yeah.
sadly, that thing won't fit in the proper collection.
This fits just barely in my shelf.
I know. I can be lucky on that. Audrey Hepburn. Yeah, it's Hepburn. Yeah, I'm bad with last names.
I know we're listing some like actors and actresses, and listing films as well. But do you have any particular? Like, I know you mentioned E.T., of course.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any favorite films outside of the Spielberg movies that you really, really love?
Yeah, Misery is one of my absolutely favorite. I take
Great Stephen King adaptation.
Almost like one location.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy Bates. My other favorite actresses. Kathy Bates and Annie Wilkes. Oh my gosh. You just want to stay away from her. Like, I don't want.
I recognize you in real life. People like you, and I'm like, I don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah, like smashing James Caan feet. Sorry, ankles. Yeah, it was ankles. Smashing James Caan ankles. I'm like, nothing to you. I don't want that. Misery is one of them. Scott Pilgrim is another one of my absolute favorites. Film. I love Edgar Wright. Any film that he made is just chef kiss. Super 8. That's another one. That's really special to me.
I'll hear about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's another film. Besides E.T. is the main reason why I wanted to become a filmmaker. Super 8. Started by J.J. Abrams. Love it or hate him, but yeah. I know The Cameraman, which is the Buster Keaton film. I love that film.
That's a great one. I love that lake scene.
Oh my gosh, so good. Especially the twist in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Blew me away. Yeah, and then trying to think, because the Artist is another one I love. La La Land, The Revenant, two of my favorite films that's so special to me in my teenage years. I could go to my Letterboxd if I wanted to, but no.
Right.
The Thing, yes, John Carpenter's Thing.
Oh,
there
man.
You go.
Beautiful movie.
That's a film I wish I experienced in theaters, man. I wish I could see that movie.
I've seen it in a retro screening. It's incredible. So yeah.
The Thing is another one of my absolute favorite films. Because it captures so well with the idea of claustrophobic and how it takes place in one location in a cold setting.
The tension's really high.
Yeah, and also who do you trust? That's the main theme. Who do you trust?
Yeah.
And who's basically. And also it's a murder whodunit as well. Like, it's kind of like a murder whodunit, but with aliens. Creature.
A Thing or something like that.
Yeah, The Thing. Perfect name. The Thing. The Thing is another film that you have to watch it when the AC is so cold.
Yeah.
I like to cuddle with my blanket and be like them. Be in a situation.
Okay. Yeah.
With them. In the coldness. Yeah, I love The Thing. My God. Also, I'm a big fan of silent films as well. So Metropolis, The Nibelungen, the first Lang film. I think both of them must be Lang films. I can look for my silent film section. Shooting Star is great. There's a ton of movies I can list off. Like, there's a ton of movies I can list off any day. The Before Trilogy. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Well, that's behind me, as you know. So.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke. Oh my God, the Before Trilogy. That's a whole other story.
Here's a hard question for you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So other than Spielberg,
yeah,
whose film would you like to be in if you were maybe just maybe you don't have to be the main actor, you can just be someone in the background, an extra or whatever. Who would you like to be in their film besides Spielberg?
Oh, I would love to work on a Guillermo del Toro film.
Del Toro. Oh man, that would be incredible.
Because he's a Latino and I'm a Latino, I would do like because I would love to collaborate with him. He's a very collaborative man. Yeah, working with Guillermo del Toro will be a dream. Oh my God, like you can tell like everybody wants to work with him.
Yeah, he's a lovable guy.
Yeah. Not only that, but he's one of the most unique filmmakers. Because he uses his own voice in his own creative mind. He's very unique from other films from different directors made.
Yeah, exactly. Very unique.
Yeah, because he liked to push his mind onto instead of the studio stuff. You see, this kind of like the normal thing that all the film that we saw is like mainly strictly from studios idea, not from the filmmaker idea. Guillermo del Toro loves to bring his own idea, not studio idea. You see from Prison Peak to Nightmare Alley recently. Yeah, Guillermo del Toro, love him. Also, Alejandro González, Alfonso Cuarón.
Incredible people.
The Latinos. I'm biased. I don't care.
Hey, I love it. So
I know. Yeah. I love Alejandro González. Love him. Cannot wait for his next film. It's coming out. I forgot what it's called. Baldo, something like that. Whatever.
Yeah, it's been a bit since he's directed
yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, he's making a new one that can be released on Netflix.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. Could be another Oscar bait, whatever. Yeah,
Watch
he's the man. He's the man. Because I recently saw Amores Perros for the first time.
Oh man, that movie is rough, but it's rough as in like I'm making a dog.
Compelling.
I'm making a dog. It is very compelling. Yeah. It's very good.
I did not like seeing dog dies. That's just
no. I mean, it's in the name, so
like F Molly and me. F that movie. That movie ruined me. Like crying.
I grew up with dogs, so I get it.
Same. Yeah, like any Latino directors, I adore. Alejandro Alfonso and Guillermo del Toro. What's another one? Honestly, I do not want to work with Martin Scorsese. I don't know why, because I do not want to touch him. He can do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Like if I was a producer, like you can do whatever you want, because you're the man. Like he's the GOAT.
Just go ahead and do it. Yeah.
Yeah, like
see what happens.
People are going to see his films no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
When his name popped on the screen, I'm seeing that immediately. That's why I was like, The Irishman, 2 hours long. Thank you, please.
Now you can pause it because you're at home, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's on Netflix. But thankfully, Criterion released that on Blu-ray. But I'm like, great, basic media. I cannot wait for his next film with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Yeah. I have a nice transition for you. And see if you can come up with this on the spot too.
Okay.
Definitely one of the toughest questions I like to ask. But if your life was a movie, what would the title be?
Man.
Or the rough title, of course. Doesn't have to be the final one.
Like any movie, like a title, a movie.
So it's your life, right? And you come up with the title, whatever thing you could think of. It's not already a movie. It's just something that it's like what would describe me,
Oh my God, it's a lot. Oh, okay. That's tough, dude.
Yeah.
That's tough. Okay. I'm trying.
This will be a supercut of.
My brain's like working, like writing, like. No, that's not the great titles. Never give up.
Never give up.
Yeah, because that's my motto for the whole time. Like every time when I struggle, when I stress out, I keep telling myself, it's gonna be okay. I think that's another great title. It's gonna be okay, because I always tell myself that it's gonna be okay. Maybe something good is gonna happen. Because part of my life, I struggled a lot in high school, fitting in, trying to use my voice. I was an introvert kid. I was unrecognizable because they only focus on sports and all that. I try my best to show my love of films, even though I can be annoying to some people because I can always talk about movies.
I do the same thing.
But also I doubt myself a lot. because I didn't think I didn't think I'm going to become a filmmaker because I live in a very small town, and I didn't think I'm gonna get out there. Like it was a long shot. It's a big dream. It's like a very risky dream, but a very big dream. It's both. It's a big dream and a risky dream. It's all the same. But yeah, like becoming a filmmaker can be a challenging thing, but I'm not giving up my dream no matter what. Even because in our life we go through a lot of obstacles in our life, and we have to face those obstacles every day. When something bad happens, you gotta pick yourself up, no matter what. That's my short film. Like, oh my God, that's why I never give up. I never I can't speak.
Gonna be okay.
I never give up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my title. Never give up. Because how I struggled, with my doubts, with my life, mostly personal things, but yeah, that's my title in real life.
Well, I think it came naturally because I mean I know we were pondering, and I'm sure however I edited it, it would have been a little bit fun of like how you're like, I'm thinking about it, but I know this persistence because luckily I can kind of understand a little bit of that introvertedness growing up. I'm sure like a lot of people in this space in general, like a lot of us who do this YouTube thing, right? Like who have channels and stuff, a lot of us are introverted, right? And because we like a very solitary hobby, right? For the most part, like we're doing a lot of this by ourselves, watching movies, or maybe we're watching it with a partner or whatever. But at the same time, we're also going onto a space like where we're sharing this like information to everybody, right? And so this is something that I've noticed with you, especially because I've been watching you for a while, and I really love seeing that confidence level come through. Because the more and more you do this, right? Like you have.
That has been a journey. Being like, especially my older videos. Oh my God, my older videos.
My older are
cringy
weird too.
as fuck. Sorry, cursing.
It's okay.
They're cringy.
It is great. Mine's
okay.
Fuck too. So.
Okay, great. Yeah, the cringy as fuck. Like, oh my God, and you can tell I struggle in my speech. In my older videos. That's why I haven't fully developed in speech because I did struggle with speech over time. Because again, I have a disability. I have hearing aid. I'm a slow learner. My grammar isn't the best. My speech is always isn't, because some people it took me a while to at least be good, not great, because I don't need to be perfect. Because nobody's perfect. Honestly, I hated it. I hate the idea that some people, oh, I'm so perfect. Like, shut up. Yeah. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody is.
Hell no. And don't believe you 1 second that you're perfect. There's probably a mistake that you made along the way. We all do make mistakes along the way. It just happens. That's real life. And yeah, like in my early days of YouTube, 2013. Yeah, 2013. My first video, my Black Friday haul. You can tell the lighting sucks, the editing sucks, my speech overall sucks because I'm a Mexican, so I have to learn how to speak Spanish and English at the same time. Because have my family they speak Spanish, but have my other half family, they speak English and Spanish. My mom speaks both, and my dad only speaks Spanish, and I struggle to speak Spanish a lot because I'm a very I guess it has to do with my disability, but I'm learning. I'm trying my best, along the way. And then that's what I love about YouTube. Over the years that I progressed, I learned to become better in editing. I learned to become better with lighting, with audio, and my speech as well. Just taking your time. Don't rush through it. Because editing can help you fix some mistakes and cut that out and just make it seamless, basically. I love editing, by the way. I love editing. You can tell the difference between my first video and now, how editing is different, because my first camera was like webcam. It was a shitty old MacBook Pro webcam. It was crappy. It took me until 2015 when I got like a DSLR, like finding a good quality video. Yeah, it's a learning process to be confident, to embrace your identity. That's a hard thing for me to do. Like, it was difficult for me to embrace who I am, that for the people can accept me for who I am. It's hard because for the longest time, I have a hard time accepting who I am, because this moment I didn't like who I am, like either body shaming or my identity or my unpopular and I just realized I don't give a fuck about being popular. I just go with the flow, go in my own path, and that's where I believe the last 2 years of high school, that's where I embrace who I am. Like, this is who I am. I'm a film fan. If you laugh at me, I don't care. I'm going to ignore you. If you laugh at me or making fun of me, I don't care. This is my passion. If you laugh at me or my dreams, yeah, right, I'm not going to Hollywood or making films and all that. I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to chase those dreams. It's hard. It can be hard, yes. And that's why I did sign up for this. I know what I signed up for. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Steven Spielberg, becoming a filmmaker, he had a hard life too. Like, it was hard to get him to become a filmmaker. I know every director has that struggles, trying to get the dream job, basically. I know I'm gonna have a big challenge for me. Like, after graduating, who knows what's gonna happen next? That's a whole mystery. That's a whole big.
You have a whole life ahead of you too.
Yeah.
Like, the short film was talked about earlier. Like, this is just the beginning, which is fantastic, because it's going to be a learning process.
I told myself, who knows? Maybe that short film could break medium reuse. Like, I don't know. That's because after that, the next 5 years, it's a big question mark. I told myself, like, I know you probably had this in high school or middle school, and you experience that when the teacher tells you, what do you see yourself in the next 15 years or 5 years? Yeah. And I remember, like, I was recently, like, no joke, recently a couple of weeks ago, I told myself, what do I see myself in 5 years or 10 years? I see myself as a director, working in the studio, making films, do something that I truly love to do. That's what I see myself in 5 years, being a director. Because I know it's hard, I know it's going to be challenging, and it's going to be a lot of work to do. Because the future is a weird thing to think about. It's a big question mark.
Yeah.
Like, imagine yourself, and did I get a girlfriend? Or did I get married? Or blah, 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 blah. I'm still single, by the way. But yeah, it's hard, but it's step by step. It's like you're climbing into the Mount Everest, right? And you continue climbing the Mount Everest until you reach that goal. So the tip of the mountain, Mount Everest, is becoming a director. Finally, I'm a director. That's my goal. I'm right here. I'm not there yet. There's a lot of work, because that big giant gap is a big question mark, because I don't know where it's gonna end. Where's the finish goal? That's where I'm chasing. I'm climbing to the tip of Mount Everest, and that's where my goal is becoming a director. And to me, it's gonna be hard. I know that. That's why I signed up for that. I knew what's going to happen. I'm still learning. We are still learning. But it's all about being confident, all about embracing who you are as a filmmaker, that this is something I'm good at. It's something, yes, using your voice is hard. I know I struggle with that, using my voice, my vision, my love for film, but I'm still climbing the mountain. I'm still climbing. And it's not going to end until I reach that goal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be a
Well,
long journey. But hopefully soon. I hope it's soon. But I have to set myself low expectation, not high expectations.
yeah, just take it every day at a time. I
Yeah.
mean, your whole process is very commendable, and I can see, this is just the beginning. Like I was saying,
Yeah.
I really appreciate how you have these goals in mind, and you're really pursuing it, and just trying to become yourself. And that's very it's very genuine to see. So
Yeah.
So I hope, I wish you the best of luck with this, and
Yeah.
I hope to. I mean, I'll be watching, if
Yeah.
putting this stuff out. So
Yeah, because no matter what, if I become a filmmaker, I'm still a movie fan. And by the end of the day, I'm still buying physical media. I'm still buying Criterion.
our addiction.
Yeah.
So,
Like, I'm still watching a lot of movies. I'm still learning. Like I'm learning. I'm learning every day. It is what it is. Like life can be tough. But also it's a good thing because movies can be a wonderful escape from reality. That kind of helped me a lot whenever I'm sad or depressed or anxiety or angry or even when I'm alone. Movies help me get through that kind of stuff because I didn't have a group of friends who happened to be film fans. I didn't have that in high school. They're in jocks. They do sport. They party a lot. I'm not that kind of person. It was so hard to find group of friends who are into film fans, like for cinema, for example. It was hard. And then, but there's a good thing that happened, that YouTube. I found a community who's kind of like me, that I didn't have in my hometown, who aren't film fans. They're not film fans. And I found a group of community like Nathan Hale, Nick Costa, many other people. Josh, aka Cine Creek. I found my niche of friends who happen to be film fans like me, who happen to be Criterion lovers like me. Because I didn't have that. Nobody knows. Like, if I say Criterion Collection, nobody knows that. Like, what is that?
Outside of our community, yeah, yeah.
Because that was not on their mind, basically. Because Criterion Collection is a very niche thing. It's a very niche thing. But honestly, I'm kind of grateful I found people on YouTube who also happen to be my friends and all that. So good things could happen sometimes. But there's some days that could knock yourself down, and you just kind of have to accept that, and maybe the next day will be a better day. It's kind of like there's a big road ahead of you. It's life. It's called life.
It is
but
called
thankfully, thankfully movies helped me get through those days, those harsh days, and have an escape. Movies are escape, and it's amazing.
I love it. I mean, it's funny, this whole conversation we've been having, a lot of the questions I normally ask have just naturally come up and have been answered.
Oh, okay.
This has just been a fantastic conversation, Bernardo. So do you have any final thoughts you want to give to anyone before we head out?
Yeah, I'm good, but yeah, thank you for having me. I love talking to people who are also into films. It's like we get to share our experience, how we get into film. If you are who are watching this video, if you are a dreamer, just know, do not give up. It'll get there. And if you're feeling down, I'm gonna tell you this: it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Because in the end of the day, most good things can happen in your life. It's just, but it has to be natural. It will come to your way soon or rather later. If you can just stand up and do something you love to do and embrace who you are. That's how I did it. I embrace who I am. It's been a difficult journey for me to be in the level as Steven Spielberg. You know how Steven Spielberg started early on in his career, and growth. I mean, I'm still growing, and hopefully, I become this director just like Steven Spielberg and Guillermo del Toro and others. Um, it's a dream, but it's something I'm going to fight for and work hard to get that title. That people, because being recognized is hard. Because I've always wanted the people to recognize my work. That haven't happened yet. Hopefully soon in the near future. For maybe my short film, maybe that could happen. That my work can be recognized finally, because I didn't have it in high school. I didn't have that. I was never recognized. It's just tough. Yeah, that's my kind of thoughts.
I love it. So, I mean,
embrace who you are, please.
Yeah. So this actually, I guess my last thing would be where can everyone find you? Of course, I just put the link for the video, of course, but where would you like to be social media wise?
You can find me on Instagram, Bernie the Geek, and Letterboxd. Because right now, because I love seeing other people what kind of film they watched that day. Or you can
I see you on there all the time with me.
Yeah,
we're liking each other's stuff. Yeah.
If you curious what movie did I watch that particular day on your Letterboxd, I forgot the username, but you can find my
I'll be putting links there.
YouTube. My YouTube videos have my links, my social media links. To Twitter, I use Twitter a lot. Letterboxd, Instagram, and of course YouTube, the Movie Geek Production. It's funny because I have so many different name changes over the years. First my name, then it was the Blu-Ray Tastic, then it was the Movie Geek, now it's the Movie Geek Production. I have so many name changes over the years because I'm being too indecisive with my YouTube name change. I have so many different name changes over the years, but that's where you can find me. And also you can find me in my other Instagram page, that's the Movie Geek Productions, where you can follow my short films. Maybe I'll be announcing my next short film, what the next project can be. So far it's the words so far. I haven't announced my next project. I do have a project, but I haven't full on announced it yet. But I have a script ready, but I'm not ready until the words is fully out. So and then nowadays I go to make more short films in my YouTube channel. But while I'm still doing my Blu-ray, normal content that I love to do as a fun hobby that I love to do. I'm still crunching shopping. I'm still doing that. I'm still gonna do the haul video for that because I love crunching and I spend a lot of my money on that.
Do I? Yeah.
I'm never gonna tell my mom and dad how much I've spent on crunching.
No, my mom has no idea either, and my parents. I'm like, you know what? Just don't even think about it.
Maybe my mom watched this video. Don't ask me, Mom. Don't.
I'll put all those links in the description below for everyone. I want to say thank you so much, Bernardo, for coming on. This has been a blast.
Thank you. Yeah. I really appreciate this. Thank you for inviting me. I didn't think of you that you're gonna invite me. I remember reading a text message like, hey, do you want to come on this week? I'm like, me? Because I'm not like as popular as Blu-ray Dan or Films at Home or Ian Cohen. They're like big YouTubers, right? I mean, I was part of the young YouTubers back in the day. That 13, 14 with Alex Leba, Josh Cindy Creek. I was like part of the young YouTuber. I know Blu-ray Dan for years since I was 13. Love Danny. Blu-ray Dan, love you, dude. Hopefully we can meet one day.
I hope so too. That's another person I need to talk to. That's the thing is like it doesn't matter how big somebody is. Like for me, I find.
I struggle a lot. Because for the longest time, always 15 all the way to 2019, I stuck to the same subscriber number. It was like around 400 subscribers. I was being stuck. Basically, I didn't have anything to pull out, and then the pandemic time hits. I started getting more subscribers. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then now right now I'm in my 900 subscribers. I'm like, well,
get to 1,000, man. Get to 1,000. Everyone get and subscribe.
Because usually I don't care about subscribers.
Sure, I don't really either.
Because what I do is like, I love making videos, but I'm here to make videos and talk about films. If you subscribe to my channel, that's cool. I'm not like a personality, YouTuber, like other people like famous, I don't care. I don't really care about popularity. I don't really care about subscribers. I just enjoy other people's videos who are similar to like me, like you and me. And I watch Eddie Cohen a lot. I watch Dan a lot. It's all about supporting each other. And if I get 1,000 subscribers, cool. But but it doesn't mean nothing for me because popularity doesn't. I don't really care about popularity. It's just that's me.
I'm excited. I'm excited for your journey. And like I said, to everyone who's watching this, link in the description below for all of Movie Geek Productions and all the other names that Bernardo has. But I want to thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Put some comments down in the comment section. We'd love to interact with you and hear your thoughts. So give this video a like, share, hit the notification bell, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. I'm not jonesing around.